I'm going to read 2 original poems. I hope that's okay. Poems that I'm keeping in mind, I picked specifically because they're rooted in activism, but also because there are allusions to 2 of my favorite artists, James Baldwin and Nina Simone. The first work I'm going to read from is a poem called Knives. And this poem is for my students at UMass Boston and at Northeastern, who sometimes feel like their lives are invisible. And I hope that our classrooms become spaces where they can write their own ways to freedom and also express themselves in ways that maybe they thought they didn't have the agency to do. So this first poem, you'll hear a quote by James Baldwin that has resurfaced, especially after Trump was elected. It's weird how this quote has been coming back to me in the form of different artists. I'm just reading Jeanette Winterson's book, and this quote came through in her book this week for me. Knives. There was something about watching a boy on the train platform pull a switchblade on a smaller version of himself that made me wonder what the lesson was. When the smaller boy got rushed and the crowd made room, I thought for sure he caught the end of it when he yelled like the boy he was, all of 16 in clean Nikes. The smaller boy was fast, and when there was no show of skin, no pulling proof on the platform, even he said really at the miracle of his unslashed coat. It wasn't that he could have been a student in my class chewing on his pen before answering my question about what Baldwin meant when he said, one must say yes to life and embrace it wherever it is found, and it is found in terrible places. And another student said after the cops shot his friend, they handcuffed him and let him bleed out on the sidewalk. Another said she keeps a machete behind her bedroom door when her mother is home. How small I sounded when I told them all to just be careful. How words can feel useless in a knife fight. How weak I looked screaming stop with my back against the wall while an older man pushed the bigger one back at the smaller boy saying stop dancing and do it. So I wrote that poem after I saw a knife fight happen outside of the Orange Line. And what struck me the most was that I didn't know how to intervene. I didn't know how to stop this from happening. And I think we can all feel that sense of that helplessness in just everyday life. This last poem I'm reading is a poem for Nina Simone. And you're gonna hear little found moments from Mississippi, goddamn. Nina Simone at Olympia. I left a country that blew up churches with children in them. A country that unleashed dogs on crowds of my skin, the handlers raising their sticks for the sick split of black bodies. Alabama's gotten me so upset. Tennessee made me lose my rest. It took seconds to silence Malcolm. Tear the feathers from his words with bullets singing through him. King's bright colors spread heavy on a Memphis balcony. It takes the right kind of monsters to merge into the nightmare of American history. I learned to become a vicious thing that knows how to find the throat. And everybody knows Mississippi, goddamn. But when I left my country, I left it for other kinds of cages. This business follows you, packages you where they want you, aims lights into your eyes, taps the side of your instrument to make you sing. I can't stand my own noise sometimes. The clatter gets caught in their clamoring request. Paris, I don't trust you. You think you know me because when you take me home, your needle drops on the story of lovers that leave me for quieter things. But when I stare through your crowds, your curled smoke, shut off the electricity of my hands just to see you squirm, I mean to make you earn my sound. Listen. To trigger a piano, it starts with a depressed key that rocks a center rail. The mechanical rise and fall against each other. Hammers know where to find, strike sweet, tight strings. Vibrations spill through soundboard. Seizures of hallelujah. Momentum brings hollering, beg, bringing the right touch laid on this miracle machine. When that sound responds, it is a separate free woman inside me that doesn't want to be touched. I plead with her when I am on my knees inside a song to disembody me, help perform this grief out. She is what hides in the folds of larynx, curves of diaphragm, the hold of lungs. The name of this tune is released, reaching for moonbit notes, indigo running down rhythm-touched hill, beating language into floor. The name of this tune is the sound hanging on until key releases and damper drops, silencing the string. The name of this tune is the unshackling that happens in seconds, and I mean every word of it. Thank you.